during the weekend. I'm going to visit my village on Saturday. I'm going to travel in April. So I decide on that. But I can't predict about the weather. So I'm not sure whether it will rain tomorrow or not. So that's why we use will. We cannot use be going to. We use be going to only with future plans, with future arrangements that are made between people. So let's watch this video about the other forms of the future. Fazan, we talked about will, we talked about be going to. أكيد we will see that in the video. كمان I should remind you of the simple present and the present continuous, okay? Who can tell me how we use the present simple for future time and the present continuous for future time?
دكتور
Hello, Marilise.
سوري دكتور على التأخير، طلعت أنا بشتغل بعدنا وعشق علي.
It's okay. Marilise, أنت كنت عندي last year؟
Yes.
okay.
ما بعرف حتتذكرينا.
لا أكيد you are with the curly hair, right?
Yes. شوي تقريبا.
Yes. لا أكيد I quite remember you. بس أنتوا هيك you were naughty girls. That's why. You were all the same. يعني ما كان في distinguished one among you.
ما بعرف إذا حتتذكريني إذا بقول لك ميليسا حتتذكر دغري.
إيه definitely. يعني either you all join or you all leave. Yeah, I quite remember that group.
Yes.
Okay. So we will continue with the future forms. فإذا will be going to present simple, present continuous. يلا, who can remind me? I explained this before. How do we use the present simple for future time? Guys, we talked about that before. Present simple for future time. Rather than using it to refer to the present, we know the present simple is used for facts, for states, repeated actions. But I added that we may use it also to refer to the future when we have a fixed timetable. Have you ever heard of that? Or is it the first time you hear it? Fixed timetable, schedule. For example, your vacation starts. Shall I say will start? Well, it starts next Tuesday. Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. Mike.
طيب, why don't you respond? Shall I say the vacation starts next Tuesday or the vacation will start? It's already scheduled. We could read that memo that announces we must use starts. We must, مش فينا نقول لا, we must. اللي بيفهم انه this is scheduled, okay, it's already fixed. We could read the memo. وصلتنا المذكرة هيدي الميمو and it announces that the vacation starts on Tuesday, December 24. So the vacation starts and lasts on Monday, 6th of January. So we must use the present simple to refer to fixed timetable or schedule. So this is one thing. Using the present simple to refer to the future time. يعني أنا the present simple I may consider one of the future forms. يلا, one more. We have got the present continuous as well that we use for future. How? Give me an example. Guys, I'm asking you about something we have already explained. It's not something new. ما في will يا Anthony. I'm asking about the present continuous for future time. Present continuous for future time. When we have an arrangement, this is similar to be going to. The same example I shared with you, I'm going to visit my mom. I could say I'm visiting my mom during the weekend, okay? So I guess we need to watch the video, try to take notes, okay? Because it's important to refer هيك to some visual aids rather than listening all the time to the session. Guys, this explains the 4 forms we use to refer to the future. This is not all about the future, okay? We will talk about the future progressive later. So can you see my
name is Emma, and in
screen?
today's lesson, I am going to teach
Yes,
you
doctor.
the 4. Okay. A lot of you know 2 futures, I think. A lot of you probably know will and going to.
Okay, this is what we
I'm
know.
going to teach you 2 more futures today and teach you how they're different from one another. Okay. So let's get started with the present continuous future. So the present continuous is when you have be verb. So I am, you are, he is, she is, they are, I don't know if I said we are, plus the verb and ing. Okay, so we have am, the verb, ing. This is known as the present continuous. It's usually one of the first things you will learn when you're learning English. So a lot of you know the present continuous and you think, oh, present continuous, it's taking place now. You're right. But we can also use it to talk about the future. We use the present continuous to talk about future that is going to happen very, very soon. So for example, if you ask me, Emma, what are you doing this weekend? Well, I'm hanging out with my friend Josh this weekend. Okay. Or I might say, I'm shopping this weekend. I'm studying this weekend. If you ask me, what are you doing tonight? Well, you know, I want to be a good student, so I'm studying tonight. I'm studying tonight. What are you doing next week? Well, next week, I'm working next week. So present continuous is very, very common for when we're talking about the future that's going to happen soon. Not future that's going to happen 2,000 years from now or 50 years from now. No, that's far future. We're talking about the future that's going to happen in the next couple of days. Okay, so very, very soon future. We can also use the simple present to talk about the future. So the simple present is when you take a verb and you know it's in the basic form. Usually you add an S if it's third person singular. For example, I leave, you leave, he leaves, she leaves, they leave, we leave. So this is all simple present. In your classes, you probably learned we use the simple present when we talk about routine. We can also use the simple present when we're talking about routines in the future. Okay. So for example, and by this I mean timetable. We use this when we're talking about a schedule event, something that is scheduled to happen in the future. So this usually has to do with when we're talking about transportation. Trains, airplanes, we can use this tense. We can use it when we're talking about TV shows. We can use it when we're talking about restaurants opening and closing, or stores when they open and close. So we use this when we're thinking about a schedule or a timetable. So here are some examples. The last train leaves at 6 p.m. today. So 6 p.m. hasn't happened yet. It's in the future. But because this is a schedule event, it's a timetable event, it's a schedule, we can use the simple present. Here's another example. the restaurant opens at 5 p.m. today. So this hasn't happened yet. Right now it is 2 p.m. This is going to happen in the future. But still, I use the simple present because this is a schedule. Okay, every day the restaurant opens at 5 p.m. Here's a third example. I like watching TV. Imagine I like The Big Bang Theory. My TV show, The Big Bang Theory, starts at 4 p.m. So again, it's a routine, it's a schedule that takes place in the future, but it's still a schedule, so we can use the simple present here. All right, so these two, even though they're present tenses, they can be used for the future. Now let's look at the two verbs we commonly use for the future, or we commonly think of as future verbs. Be going to plus a verb and will. So be going to plus verb. I'm going to study. I'm going to sleep. You are going to watch a video. Okay, these are examples of the be going to plus verb future.
Did Harvard University just find a way to restore crystal clear 20/20 vision without glasses, contacts?
So we use this when we're talking about the near future. Similar to this, so it's not a future that's very, very far away, it's soon. But it's a future where we think something is going to happen and we have evidence that something is going to happen. So for example, I'm going to study English next month in Canada. This means you probably have your ticket already bought.